Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening that lid. You try banging on the lid, hopefully to unsettle the dirt. Maybe someone standing by your grave will start digging their way down towards you. You just think you're going to die. But there probably is somebody standing by your grave. You just don't know where to turn. Usually, though, people that habitually abuse drugs and alcohol are not afraid to die. In order to fear death, in order to face death or to be involved in drugs, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God had given you, called life? With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I just spoke about that went to their grave and didn't reach out for help at all. Instead, pick up the phone or call me at 844-405-HELP, 844-405-HELP, and I promise you, I'll help you take your life back before your life is gone. Folks, don't put your slippers at the edge of your bed at night. Stick them way under your bed. That way you'll be forced in the morning to wake up and get to your knees to go and retrieve those slippers. And when you're on your knees, that's the best time for you to spend time with God, to ask God for guidance and direction, for forgiveness and mercy, to thank God for food, home, relationship, health. Utilize Knee-mail, K-N-E-E-mail. Knee-mail is when you get up in the morning and you get those slippers under your bed and you speak to God, from your heart to God, from your lips to God's ears, each and every day. Knee-mail, K-N-E-E-mail, Knee-mail. Now walk with God 24/7. I want to talk about Ask an Addict, someone like me. Travel the world while staying sober. Can you travel while sober? We all got sober because deep down we knew better life was on the other side of our addiction. And part of that better life is being able to experience people, things, places that are outside of our comfort zones. Traveling, either domestically or abroad, is high on many of our to-do lists in sobriety. For many of us, the reason we get sober had to do with the feeling of that we're unable to see the world. Because every time we would travel, we would drink, and we would drink and drink on the plane and drink at the clubs. So now that we're sober, we can change all that. I'm just adjusting my screen here. Maybe all your funds went towards supporting your habit. Could be. I know a lot of my funds did. Maybe friends and family stopped inviting you on their getaways because you were a drag, or even worse, a liability. Whatever the reason you were unable to travel before, you'll find sobriety opens you in a whole new world. New world of fun, adventure, and possibilities. And even though navigating new places in sobriety can be a little intimidating at first, my friend, I think you'll find that being sober makes you available for much, much more than you've ever were going to see had you been under the influence. This week, I didn't receive any questions from you guys. What? No questions about this particular program, because I did put the jacket to cover for this out 2 weeks ago. And since I happened to be traveling down to Virginia a couple weeks ago, I thought, why not do this a little earlier than I advertised to do this? I know some of you are going to say, well, that's not traveling, really, going to Virginia. But here's the kicker. No matter where you go, no matter where you travel and how you travel, there are always bars, restaurants, and places to go. My first tip about going out, in any place that is, know what you are walking into before you even get there. It is especially true if you're a new place and new to sobriety. There are a lot of variables, especially if you're abroad. Do your best to get as much information, Google the place, as possible about the restaurant, the bar, or the pub that you might be going to. In my previous video about partying and going on, I outlined some tips for heading to the bar with friends and family and remaining sober while you do that. Have a travel plan. Just come up with a plan. Know when and who you're going with, and how many of those folks are also sober. Know what you're ordering. Don't leave your drink order to chance. Don't let somebody else order for you. Have a non-alcoholic drink selection ready before you even get there by speaking to someone over the phone. Leave if you feel uncomfortable. Leave if you feel uncomfortable. You can catch up with the rest of the party later. Never stay in a place where you feel uncomfortable or even intimidated, or you might feel tempted. It can be a tough new place. There are places that are not uncomfortable. So, study the map, find out where you're going. Get out and explore. When you get to where you're going, get out and explore. When you're traveling in a new place, there will be temptations for sure. So expect them to be ready. Lots of non-sober folks plan their vacations and holidays around their drinking. So sometimes it can feel overwhelming to be involved with folks like that and get it thrown into your face that you're not drinking. But fear not. The amazing thing about traveling to new places is there's much more to do than just drink. So let your friends and your family head into the bar while you head for the adventure. Go to better things to do. Use your time to be acquainted with your new surroundings. Get out and sightsee. Find tourist attractions online before you even get there. While your friends and family are sitting at the bar and getting all drunk, you can use your time to create meaningful memories and experience new things. After all, isn't that one of the many reasons you decide to get sober in the first place? To make the day of it? Check out local landmarks, great shopping, and unusual restaurants. You'll be so glad when you did. And when you get home, you can talk about it and see the pictures and actually remember the places you've been to. Hit up a meeting while you're abroad. Every location that you go to has some sort of AA 12-stepper or any other sort of type of meetings. AA, NA, all over the world. Meetings are great for a lot of reasons. You have a place to feel supported in sobriety. You may meet people from your hometown. I met some people down in Virginia one time that were from my hometown. If you're feeling lonely in a new place, 12-step meeting goers are always quick to invite you to their events that they might be attending. And always get that hot cup of coffee. I really can't recommend trying out a meeting in a new place enough. It's empowering to see how many people in recovery come together over traveling together. Long story short, don't be afraid to get out there. There is an amazing world ready and waiting for you to explore. For many of us, our addictions kept our lives very small. So use your sobriety as an opportunity. It truly is an opportunity. Get out there and experience new places and know wherever you are in the world, there are other things and other people just like you living in sobriety who value and celebrate their recovery too. Be bold, be brave, and be a bad ASS. But be prepared also, because there is an adventure awaiting you around the corner in sobriety and beyond, and it's for you to grab and to move forward. If it's domestic traveling, abroad, train, plane, bus, there are always temptations there. You'll see bars, restaurants. You'll see just traveling on the LIRR into Penn Station, beer after beer after beer, and shots and shots. A true person in recovery is one that learns to live through all that. Don't get me wrong, the temptation will always be there, but it's the rewards that I reap of life that are so much more stronger and overwhelming than no temptation. So start today in your new life. Start today praying to God, and start today enjoying life through sober eyes. See the world through your sober eyes, and I will see you next time on the Take Your Life Back Today show. Don't forget to call me 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back.